Hey guys, so on Junk Chevelle today, I'm going to show you, for you Foxbody lovers, something straight out of the 80s. So what I'm going to show you right now is, I wouldn't call it a barn find, more of a garage find, but this is a 89 Mustang GT, and it's probably something you would have seen at a car show back in the 80s. Me growing up with a car like this, it's like I can appreciate it, but check this thing out. It's called Snake Bitten, and it was a show car in its day, and looking at it, it actually still is. Look at this thing. GT bumper with the dual cutouts. Obviously, it's probably got Flowmaster exhaust on it. I have never seen a car this clean from this era, with all of the period correct upgrades and items that folks did back in the 80s. This car is so clean and minty mint and detailed. And check this out. How many miles you think we got on this thing? Let me see if I can get over here. 14,383 original miles. Seats have been upgraded. I was told, just because again it was a show car back in its day. But look at this. Her shifter, obviously one of those upgrades we did. And here's the thing, you know this mileage is correct because look at the brake pads and pedals. That's kind of one of the indicators I always look for. And on Mustangs, stuff like this just wears out, doesn't exist. Look at the Alpine system, the integrity of the car. It even smells brand new as I'm leaning in it. This thing is incredible. It's Z-barred it too, the owner tells me, which you can obviously see looking at the little blue, I guess you call them plugs that they put in back after they Z-barred it. Look at this. I'm telling you, personally, I've never seen a Foxbody Mustang live this clean. This thing is phenomenal. Get a data tag here. Look at this, look at the doors. Everything that's anodized from the factory still is. Again, that never happens that way. Look at the striker. You can still see the cadmium or whatever the anodizing they put on it. Let's see underneath. Looks like it's got some super turbo mufflers, which again was the upgrade back in the day. It's got subframe connectors, so someone wasn't just going for looks, they were going for performance as well. Factory undercoating, obviously the 8.8 rear end still in it. Thing is like factory fresh. But I haven't even showed you the best part yet. Obviously non-original anniversary badge above the 5.0 badge, but again, that's what we did back in the day to separate it and make it look different than the next guys. And if you were gonna win car shows back in the day, you had to have these type of upgrades because your car couldn't just be factory like today. It had to stand out.
You have to draw attention. You have to have something that, eye can't.
Right. And Howard, I didn't know, because I'm going to actually put this on my YouTube. But yeah, because it's just so awesome. But guys, here's Howard. He is the owner of the car, and he is, no, I'm not buying it because it's a little out of my league. But met Howard, and he was gracious enough to show me. Look at this mural. This is actually painted underneath the hood. Again, to some of you young guys that may not realize it, but this level of detail is what you would do to a Foxbody back in the day. This car is so period correct as far as show car type upgrades. I'm just going to show you a couple things. Take a look at the level of chrome plating and polishing the original owner went through, painstakingly went through. Look at the prop rod is even chrome plated. Of course, they wouldn't leave the hood hinge, the opener untouched. I mean, there's nothing missed. Look at the shock tower plates here, the hinges. Look at that, the old Ford Motorsport oil cap, which is a rare piece now. They even chrome plated the mass airflow bracket. Look at that, that's crazy. Look at the bolts, even the fender bolts, every bolt has been chrome plated, dipped, polished, whatever the finish was they used. Never saw this. The factory ground is even polished. It's mint. I don't know how much more. Of course, all the VIN tag stickers are still in place. I don't know when the last time I saw a factory wiper motor in that type of condition. All the factory stuff is still in place, but again, it's just heavily customized right out of the 80s. Look at the brake booster, or master cylinder, I should say. It still has the plating from the factory. These brake lines have never been replaced. Air compressors polished. The valve covers are polished. I mean, this is 100% show car. And yeah, I would love to own this thing myself and just keep it as a timepiece added to my collection, because it's that cool. Just look at it. Howard actually opened up the trunk area that I'll go back and take a look. Everybody remember the old ARE wheels from the 80s as well, American Racing. These are 15-inch, which again, they came with factory 15-inch wheels back then. This car would have been outfitted with the turbines. So obviously the upgrade was to go with the aluminum wheels because that was the cool thing back then. Take a look at the trunk. Oh yeah. Oh no, you didn't tell me this. It even had the booming system from back in the day. Look at this thing. Dude, I'm having flashbacks here, man. Look at the panels, not a mark or scratch anywhere. All the VIN tags still. So this car has never been repainted ever, anywhere. Look at this. I noticed that this looks like they did some custom touches even to the lights, because those are LX taillights.
Are they really?
Those are factory LX taillights, not the GTs. So they swapped them out.
Is that a better look? Or?
It was, because a lot of people called the GT taillights, the word that they use now are cheese graters, because it had like that louvered look.
Okay.
So a lot of people frowned upon them after a while, so the next upgrade was to put in the LX lights.
Right.
But if you look at this and being period, this guy was ahead of his time because he got rid of the GT lights to make this car stand out.
Right.
So he didn't do it just because people said, oh, the GT lights, you know, tail lights don't look cool. He did it to make his different.
Right.
Which now everyone does it
right.
as an upgrade. So again, whoever did this car back in the day, they were ahead of their time and they were going for a straight show car. Can we put that down just one more time for me,
I
Howard?
don't know if you want to look at this.
Oh, what do we got here? Oh, this is all the original paperwork. Oh, look at this. The original window sticker. Wow, let's take a look at that. Incredible. And look at the original price on this car. Brand new out the door. $14,823. This thing is sick. Look at this. Still has all the documentation. And I do see the Marty report there. Cabernet red is the color for any of you Mustang guys. It's even got the protective plate here, the warranty card.
And that's if you lose your light, if you lose your key.
Oh, the key
like
blanks they call them, the flat blanks that you could. In here are the key blanks where I'm familiar with those. You could actually go to the Ford dealership if you lost your keys and actually get another set of keys made off of those plastic blanks. I actually have a set for one of my Mustangs as well. the Marty report, so there's no denying it. What's it say here? Your vehicle is one of 4,000 plus with this paint code. 1,700 ordered with this DSO. And to be honest with you, this color, the Cabernet Red it's called, which you can obviously see code 2H Cabernet Red. This color is one of my favorites. It always has been, and I will one day own a Cabernet Red Foxbody. It is hands down one of my favorite color combinations. What else is in there?
Well, I got all the books, manuals, books.
Marty report, Carfax, Marty report again. What else is here? Oh, the original manual. And this is all the stuff that came with this car, brand new. This isn't like someone went out and repurchased this stuff just to put with this car. This car is real deal, 100% original owner. Oh, came from the original owner. Howard's got it from the original owner. And he basically provided all of this documentation with it from new. The original owner. Right here out of Maine. That's his original sheet when he bought the car, or what was that?
Well, that's his stereo.
Oh, that was a stereo system. Okay. Yep.
Then he tinted the windows.
So he had all the compliance reports, and he's kept every single bit of documentation on everything
and this is
he's ever done. So Howard, what you were telling me the story about the gentleman, and how, I won't say anal, but I'll say how particular he was about this car and the upkeep. You told me a story about the gas. What was it? He wouldn't go over a certain.
So
every time he went to
put
fill
10.8.
Yeah.
Cost $13. This is the second. The first page, his first fill up was at 1,546 miles. Well, the first documentation, 9.4 gallons at 1140.
At 1140.
So he wouldn't go to 12.
He would never go to 12. The tanks were 12-gallon tanks, but he would only
1371. You know what I mean? So wherever the gas thing stopped, that was it.
That was it. He wouldn't go any higher, right? This guy painstakingly cared about this car. Look at the old Roxford Fosgate, 75 amp, punch amp. This thing is crazy. What kind of box we got here? Can't really tell, but oh man, this is amazing. Let me take a look underneath here. Of course, they wouldn't have left underneath to look plain. He's got a polished diff cover, and again, you look at it, the thing looks brand new. Everything under this car is immaculate. Oh my goodness, Howard, you got a gym here, my friend. You got a gym.
I was happy. The only thing I changed on this, here's the original hood.
Oh, yeah, and so he still got the original hood.
That
because
was the striping. I changed the striping.
Okay, that was the original striping on it?
Yeah, but that's just taped over, so you can remove it. These are clear coated.
Okay, they're clear coated in.
They're clear coated in. Look at the other side of it.
Okay, let's see what we got on the other side. Oh, of course the mural didn't stop there. Oh, that's the actual covering underneath that they even detailed out.
Yep.
Okay. Wow, awesome. So the thing about this is that this car is for sale.
Yes.
It is currently for sale. And now, Howard, I don't know if you want to put it out there because people are going to see this video.
Absolutely.
What are you asking for?
$24,900.
$24,900. So again, to a Foxbody lover, I mean, these things are on the move as far as price. And if you ask me, if you're looking for a car that is pure with this type of documentation, 14,000 original miles, untouched car as far as factory wise, you're not going to beat it. Right. I mean, that price to me is a bargain. Here's the thing though, you're going to need to be someone that can appreciate this car for what it is, right? You'll probably have guys that they're not into this wing, right? This wing was a love or hate thing back in its day.
Sure.
The factory exhaust cutouts out the GT bumper. Yeah, maybe that's not their thing.
Right.
This
can be removed.
Yeah.
it's just pressured on. So if
Right.
you took 2 bolts on each side, this comes right off.
Yeah, these
no,
were
no drilling through.
right. These were all like the GTS add-ons.
Yeah.
This was an SVO. This wing right here, this
Yeah.
piece, that's an SVO piece that basically just taped on,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken.
3M, yep.
So yeah, you 3M'd it on. So
Yep.
anything that's been changed on this car, wheels obviously, you can get the turbo. But if you wanted to take this car back to factory original,
Yep.
it wouldn't be hard. And you'd still have these parts
Right.
if that's something you wanted to do.
Sure.
So for me, and I'm telling Howard straight up, this car is beautiful. I'm seeing it with my own eyes, man. You got a gym here.
Right.
It's just going to be a matter of someone who appreciates or can appreciate this car
Right.
as being a period correct car from the 80s, 90s. And I'll be honest with you, it's probably the best one I've ever run across, and I've seen a lot. The best one I've ever run across personally from a period correct standpoint, and having such low mileage, obviously rust free, never ever seen rust, and I probably doubt rain, because there were very little indications out there
Right.
underneath that it even saw rain. Everything is true and original, the factory. When have you ever seen a set of factory headlights on a Foxbody from 1989
Right.
that aren't yellowed or faded?
Faded,
These are the factory headlights. You can still see the factory numbers there. These things have never been changed. So again, this car, if I was in the market to buy a Foxbody, and even if I didn't want or wasn't really into a lot of these changes, you could still put the factory hood back on this thing,
Sure.
set of turbines. And interesting enough, Howard, it looks like these are taped on.
That's all they are.
All these stripes are just taped on.
If I remove these,
Yep.
you'll get the teal pink stripes on them.
Right. So, I mean,
clear coated.
so you could actually envision this thing if you wanted to take off the wing and put the GT wing back on,
Yep.
remove the GTS top wing there, the SVO,
Yep.
and you take those stripes off and you put a set of turbines. This thing is back factory original, 14,000 mile car.
Right.
Now, of course, you have some things to deal with under the hood, but again, at this level, to find Fox bodies like this nowadays, unheard of. Howard,
I have a shroud right there. I bought a shroud.
yeah,
But I ended up, because I had cancer, I said I'm going to keep it.
yeah.
And, for all the people that are fighting
Right.
that disease, there you go.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, because this represents, cancer and cancer awareness. So, I mean, again, this car could be big as far as someone taking it to shows and
Yep.
using it for that purpose, right? Charity, donations, what have you.
That's why I'm keeping it.
Yeah,
Because I know what they go through. I've been through it.
right, right.
So I said, you know what?
You're a survivor yourself,
Yes.
Howard?
Yeah,
Okay.
12 years out.
Now, let me ask you this. Is it going to be bittersweet if it does sell?
Yeah, I will be. Because you know what? Where are you going to find another one?
You can't.
You can't.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, again, I hate to say it again, but this is a 14,000 mile car.
Yep.
They only hit 14,000 mile once.
Right. Yeah, right.
After that, it's 15, right?
And that's a big deal because you can.
It is a
It can
huge
roll
deal.
over, but then you're going to see it.
Right,
If this
right.
TV was 140.
And the other thing about this is it's 14,000 painstakingly cared for miles.
Yep.
I mean, I've walked around this car. There's not a scratch, a ding, a dent,
Yep.
or bubble or speck of rust anywhere. I'm not even trying to sell this car. I'm just excited about it, man. Oh my goodness. This thing is awesome. Well, guys, kind of long video, probably longer than I usually do, but I don't know, for my Foxbody fans like myself, you don't run across things like that this very often. And again, the period correctness, this is a gem. So, all right, guys, you know what we always say, on junk, baby, for life. Unfortunately, this thing ain't on junk one bit. It is sick. It is awesome. And enjoy, guys. Take care. And Howard, thank you so much for your service.
Thank you.
And, thank you for being a survivor.
Thank you.
All right, take care.